The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Cole coming to you alongside Corey Graves and Wade Barrett, live from SummerSlam. CM Punk, who captured his first World Heavyweight Championship just 7 weeks ago, is set for his biggest title defense yet.
Cole, why are you focusing so much on Punk when we are in the midst of the wrestling god? And our next World Heavyweight Champion, John Bradshaw Layfield. JBL has the look of a champion, the entrance of a champion, and he may be minutes away from becoming a champion.
JBL telling Punk last week that fairy tales aren't real, that midnight will strike here tonight at SummerSlam.
Talk about Cinderella. JBL's been calling Punk Cindy lately.
JBL, the longest reigning champion in SmackDown history, hopes to add the world title to his collection tonight. He's had great success over the years here at SummerSlam. Here's the man who won the title at the end of June when he cashed in Money in the Bank in a surprise on Monday Night Raw. CM Punk, the underdog who has had uphill battles ever since winning the World Heavyweight Championship, has held on to that championship and he's worn it proudly. CM Punk fans have been saying CM Punk is not a so-called transition, and that's what Punk hopes to prove tonight.
JBL has called Punk a transitional champion, and worse. This is another top test for Punk here at SummerSlam.
Introducing the challenger from New York City, weighing in at 290 pounds, John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL. And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 222 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, CM
it's all about, folks, the World Heavyweight Championship. A prize worth fighting for.
CM Punk is a champion who lives by his own rules. In the lead-up to this match tonight, Punk has refused to give in to JBL's intimidation tactics.
Oh, in the words of CM Punk, sometimes it's what you don't do that makes you who you are. But I think Punk's defiance has only angered JBL even further.
And that could be a grave mistake. A fired-up and furious JBL is not something you want to deal with. Mess with the bull, and you get the horns.
Escapes and a chop block takes him down. Punk prides himself in being disciplined and having plenty of self-control. He's going to need all that here tonight against Bradshaw. A 17-year veteran will play mind games and try to wear the champion down.
And if he can't wear him down, he'll just beat him down. JBL has a bona fide mean streak. Mean and vicious. He enjoys inflicting pain on his opponent.
That's why he's been successful in the ring.
Lift off! Cross body from the top!
And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Credit to Punk for finding a way to overwhelm JBL for the moment. Quick exchange of counters there.
Roll up here. The champion with a quick shoulder up.
He breaks the count before the turn, still putting up a hell of a fight.
And JBL has gone so far as to call Punk a transitional champion, a fluke even. Bradshaw called this championship run by Punk pathetic. That is a direct quote, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, say what you want about Punk's run. He's knocked off some of the best, including Bradshaw once and Batista on a couple occasions.
DDT! Frustrated Bradshaw even more there. Oh, and it's reversed. Talking about these men, they couldn't be any more different. For JBL, it's all about running business, Wall Street, having a championship in one hand and a beer in the other. Very much the opposite of CM Punk, Corey.
It's country versus alternative music, Cole. But just because Punk from the top,
he catches JBL with a counter.
This battle's found its way right to our doorstep.
CM Punk rallying the crowd behind him.
Bang! He finds a counter. And for JBL, he likes to talk about fighting for the old school guys. Likes to look down on the new school superstars like CM Punk. JBL says he won't be pushed out by these twerps.
I would tally that's
highly competitive match. Punk defending the championship. JBL whipped into the corner. There's the vintage running knee by Punk.
And what a shocking victory this could be for the young up-and-comer CM Punk, but denied by JBL.
Bradshaw just too powerful for Punk, and now the wrestling god teeing off.
Yeah, JBL doing what he does best, manhandling his opponent. And JBL not too comfortable on the ropes, but going up there anyway.
Gotta do something here to put CM Punk away, and that may well do it, but it looks like
both men down, the official counting away here. First man to his feet could gain the advantage in the matchup. JBL looks like he's gonna just crawl to the cover. Shoulders are down. Punk kicks out.
And a late kick out there from CM Punk. Just enough gas left in the tank, and you can see the cogs whirring behind the eyes of JBL.
JBL looking to end it all here with a clothesline from hell.
Punk dodges out in time.
That's smart, taking the one to catch your breath.
That might have just sealed the deal on us having a new champ. What? Simply unreal. Potentially inhuman. Kicking out at one. How on earth?
That was a golden opportunity to end things. Now he's got to hope the opportunity presents itself again. Oh, the reversal by JBL.
What's JBL going for here? Spine buster.
Climbing to the top. What's he thinking?
Wants to finish this. Airborne.
Denied and reversed into the power slam.
And he slides him back to the mat.
Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi connects. And now, an Anaconda Vice locked in.
Solid grip on this hold, not letting go.
A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. Wards that off.
What's it going to take to end it? It might be this.
The go to sleep. GTS from Punk.
The champ firing their best shot to retain their title.
He's done it. CM Punk retains.
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just have to get used to this. Once again, CM Punk has silenced the critics and proven himself as a champion.
This was a must-win title defense for Punk, and like you said, now everyone knows the champ is no easy target.
Well, current Intercontinental Champion William Regal asked Stephanie McMahon to establish this tournament to ensure that his next challenger is deserving.
Well, I don't think William Regal is going to be disappointed with his pick of the litter tonight. As a matter of fact, every contender in this tournament was deserving.
Rey Mysterio defeating Kofi Kingston and The Miz to get here.
From San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds,
Rey Mysterio, a former world champion, looking forward to this match because it takes him one step closer to perhaps battling for one championship he's never held.
That, of course, being the Intercontinental title.
Well, CM Punk is no longer one half of the World Tag Team Champions. CM Punk and Kofi Kingston losing the gold last night at a WWE live event in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, as devastating as that loss was, Punk has to quickly job done tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 222 pounds, CM Punk!
I remember in Manchester, William Regal standing victorious in front of all of his countrymen, telling them that he was proudly going to go all over the world defending that.
In his words, back to the Intercontinental title.
Two former world champions meeting for the first time ever. CM Punk and Rey Mysterio.
You ask me, either of these men could bring a lot of prestige and honor to the title. Can you believe that this is the first time these two former world champions are facing off against each other? Duking it out here for the #1 contender spot for William Regal's Intercontinental Championship.
I think either one of these men is fully capable of bringing even more honor and prestige to that coveted championship. You can tell there's so much mutual honor and respect in there between Punk and Mysterio. And driven down in a belly-to-back suplex.
And we talk about the reason for this tournament to contend for the Intercontinental Championship coming from the smug attitude of our current Intercontinental Champion, William Regal. Saying how no one is deserving enough to challenge him. But I'm seeing two very deserving contenders in front of me now.
Well, Michael Cole, you can only say that now because of the tournament Regal put together. When Regal won the title, he promised to proudly defend it. And there is no pride in beating an unworthy challenger. Leaning against the turnbuckle now.
And driven down in a belly-to-back suplex.
You see Rey Mysterio, and you notice, Corey, his wrist doesn't have extra taping tonight. He had torn ligaments in that wrist.
CM Punk and Rey Mysterio, two former world champions, battling for the chance at the Intercontinental Championship.
It's hard to believe it's the first time they're facing each other, too. Everyone in WWE is on the edge of their seats here at Armageddon.
Yeah, and you better believe that William Regal is keeping a close eye on these two. Depending on how this goes, he'll either be facing CM Punk or Rey Mysterio. Both men with a tremendous amount of talent.
Calf kick finds the mark. And we talk about the reason for this tournament to contend for the Intercontinental Championship coming from the smug attitude of our current Intercontinental Champion, William Regal, saying how no one is deserving enough to challenge him. But I'm seeing two very deserving contenders in front of me now.
Well, Michael Cole, you can only say that now because of the tournament.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys.
And uncanny. One last gasp effort, and that'll do it. And retaliates with a counter. Oh, what a clubbing blow. Getting carried to a vulnerable position here.
Carefully measured knee drop.
You see Rey Mysterio, and you notice, Corey, his wrist doesn't have extra taping tonight. He had torn ligaments in that wrist a couple of weeks ago. Is there a reason for not having it taped? I don't think it's healed quickly. I think it's perhaps psychological.
Well, we always know if you go into a match and you have an injury and you've got some part of your body taped up, it's like a bullseye. It's like a target for your opponent. Ray probably wants to appear 100%, even if he truly is.
Punk took it hard to Mysterio there.
Punk never saw that coming.
These two have learned each other so well.
We could expect a fast-paced match. Two superstars that are almost equal in speed, Wade.
There's so much talent in the ring right now. I have to imagine they both did their homework. I don't think either Ray or Punk would face another world champion without being fully prepared.
Float over neckbreaker.
Picture perfect.
That running knee.
Right between the shoulder blades.
Ooh, and he stops that offense. Oh, CM Punk stopped that in its tracks. And CM Punk is in control.
CM Punk's been finding an answer for everything Mysterio's doing here.
Mysterio showing that athletic, technical style that has won him championships.
Flip the script with a clobbering strike.
Spiked him. There's a certain amount of anger you have to have toward... Bang on bar. Triangles in.
Mysterio trying to make some sort of move here, and yes, submission broken.
Misses the target.
Up and around, down with a tilt-the-world backbreaker.
CM Punk won the World Heavyweight title back in June on his first night. On Raw after the draft, cashing in his Money in the Bank.
What a night to remember that was. But the end of Punk's reign wasn't as ceremonious. The title was taken away from him after a punt from Randy Orton. Put Punk on the shelf.
Get in there, ref. Has him in the corner, thinking of the next move.
Draped into the deadly Tree of Woe position. It pulls off the reversal. Quick thinking that time.
Look at the amazing agility of Rey Mysterio. Great counter into the ropes. Here it comes.
619 countered. What an interception.
Went back down to the mat.
Again, the Intercontinental Champion, William Regal, will face the winner, earning a chance to hold the same title the likes of Pat Patterson, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Stone Cold, The Rock, and many more have held.
I had the opportunity to talk to Mysterio and Punk earlier today, and they said just having a chance to battle for the Intercontinental title is so important to both of them and both of their careers.
Kick! Oh. Return fire on Ray. And a drop kick.
Picture perfect.
I understand getting yourself fired up, but he needs to stay on his opponent. And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count.
Whip back into the ring.
Leaning on the turnbuckle here. Bad sight here, dangling helpless in the corner. Stuck in the tree of woe and being viciously kneed over and over again. Ooh. Get in there, ref.
Clearly some intent behind these attacks on the body. Punk building momentum here. Knee.
Uh-oh. Dodges the attack by pushing off. Boom! Good defense from him.
Rushing into the corner, step up knee, rocks the jaw, and the bulldog.
Well, this #1 contender match full of drama here.
You have to think Intercontinental Champ William Regal is looking on as the 619 setup, but denied by CM Punk.
Ray had it dialed up. Punk has other plans.
What a move by Mysterio with the Hurricane Rana into the 619 position.
And now the second bite of the cherry connects. CM Punk down. And now perhaps in the drop zone for Rey Mysterio to finish this.
Punk out of the way just in the nick of time.
And Mysterio rolling up Punk for the victory. And a kick out by Punk.
Who wants it more?
Punk and Ray have been running at breakneck. Punk's had enough. He's look.
Uh-oh.
Boom. Fired back with that elbow.
Massive miscalculation on that one.
CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's knocked on there. He's locked.
And he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here.
CM Punk hoists his opponent. Go to sleep. That could be curtains for Ray.
2. Oh, he was almost finished.
Every single person in this arena thought this was over, except Rey Mysterio.
And Punk might have just swung for the fences, but it wasn't good enough.
I was expecting a great match from both of these men.
Punk and Mysterio are not disappointing tonight.
Perfect Falcon Arrow.
Rey Mysterio is in some serious trouble.
CM Punk is all gas,
taking flight through the air and connects
like a heat-seeking missile right on target.
And just as destructive.
Punk ducks under, grabs the hammerlock, and
lariat. 2. And Ray had it scouted. Mysterio reversing the momentum.
He can't let up now. Time to gain ground now. 4. Ooh.
Might be time to look for exit strategies, gentlemen. Stretching and tearing at all the ligaments in the leg.
Less and less time remaining on the count.
Right to the throat. Great move.
And again, it's the head taking the brunt of the impact.
I really don't think the skull can withstand much more of this. Reversed into a knee to the face.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
Go to sleep. Is it enough for Punk?
2. CM Punk is the #1
match out of Mysterio and Punk.
The bottom line is CM Punk has a date with the Intercontinental Champion, William Regal. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this man, CM Punk, has the upper hand, both physically and mentally.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 222 pounds, CM Punk!
The assault on Orton's leg 2 weeks ago. The mental anguish that Punk has put Orton through. I believe Punk will be in control in this match.
And I would argue that there's just no way on earth that CM Punk, after everything he's done, is going to have an advantage over the Viper. Randy Orton is irate. There will be no stopping this man.
CM Punk, a charismatic figure. The people follow him. He has one thing to get him through tonight, and that thing is faith.
And I believe that Randy Orton has just taken the psychological advantage.
From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Look at the right leg of Randy Orton. That leg is heavily taped. The question is the leg ready? After the assault with a monkey wrench by CM Punk. Remember, it was just this past Monday where Orton could not even follow through with a patented punt to CM Punk because his leg gave out. As cold and calculating and evil as Randy Orton is, you can bet that CM Punk is even more so. Punk mocking Orton and his bad leg outside the ring. And that heavily taped leg will be a bullseye for Punk tonight. As personal a battle as you'll see at WrestleMania this year, CM Punk has promised to hurt Randy Orton, to turn him upside down. I'd say he's done as good a job as any making good on that promise.
Look, love him or hate him, CM Punk lives by the strength of his convictions. That's what's driving him to come at Orton the way he has been. And in Punk's mind, that's what'll drive him to defeat the Viper here on the biggest stage imaginable.
Faith. That has been the buzz.
Great trouble here. Can he get it fully locked in?
Boston Crab, the legend.
Trying to free himself, trips the ankle, and he's out. And kicks off his opponent.
Just clubbing down.
CM Punk very confident coming into this matchup. He says he has followers and faith in his corner.
I don't know how much faith he can have when those turncoats in the new Nexus have been neutralized. At this point, Punk has as many followers as you have coal miners.
Oh, bite your tongue, Wade. I'm a proud card-carrying coal miner.
Okay, so it's coal miners what?
Here we go.
Crossbody from the top.
All right, he's got to refocus up now. Look, Randy Orton needs to end this matchup quickly. He's got to go on the offensive and put Punk away as quickly as he can.
Easier said than done. Punk has targeted Orton both physically and mentally in the weeks leading up to this match. The assault on Orton's leg with the monkey wrench, the mental anguish Punk has put Randy's family through, what Randy Orton should do, and what Randy Orton did.
There's a this man's called the Apex Predator. Tides are beginning to shift in the favor of the Viper. Shoulders down, going for the cover. No, he kicks out.
And so this thing is still going. The battle continues.
Wait a minute, setting in. Devastating submission coming.
And he very quickly counters.
Leaning him against the turnbuckle right here.
Conspicuous by their absence tonight are the other members of the new Nexus. Each of Punk's followers have been barred from ringside after suffering losses to Randy Orton.
And the Vipers made double sure that they won't be in the building as he gave each member of the group a punt after defeating them.
Well, if you ask me, they weren't going to be a factor anyway. Those guys were always the B team of the Nexus. The real ones are now part of the core with 2 R's.
Uh-oh, Cole, I think we know what the Viper's doing.
Yeah, Randy Orton was in position.
DDT.
Pure venom coursing through the Viper's veins now, and CM Punk just got a gnarly taste.
Sent right into the corner.
Punk, knee in the corner.
Oh, what a clothesline after the knee to the face. About to be locked in. Here we go, guys.
Just within reach of the ropes and forcing the submission in. Oh, what a knee.
Up and connecting with the Falcon Arrow.
CM Punk picking apart the Viper, clearly on his path to victory. Punk crafting an attack.
Uh-oh. Telegraphed into a backdrop.
Target locked in. He knows it's that time. The story of this match is that knee injury of Randy Orton's. We don't know if we'll see Orton's patented punt tonight. He attempted it on Raw this past Monday, but could not execute the maneuver.
We shall see, Corey. Randy has had a week to recover, but any focused attacks on that region are going to highly lessen the chances that the Viper can unleash his most devastating attack.
What a counter!
He's being prepped for something.
Spiked him.
refusing to give Orton even an ounce of respite at this point.
And he gets set back into the ring. Placing him in the... And Punk and Orton going at it here. Man, both of these guys physically exhausted.
What a knockdown, drag-out affair it has been from the opening bell. Now CM Punk looking to concoct something particularly nasty here.
Randy Orton sensed something bad was coming, fighting his way out. And Punk sent into the steel.
And Orton now has Punk where he wants him. Vintage Randy Orton.
And it rarely works out well for Orton's opponents from this point.
The Viper now coiled, ready to strike.
Staring in the eyes of Punk, who's down and out, but I think Orton, guys, may have other ideas.
Yeah, this may well be the knockout blow. Randy Orton got that look in his eye, got venom flowing through his veins, bad intentions in mind.
Knockout blow. This may end CM Punk once and for all, Wade.
Orton gonna try to end Punk's career with that patented punch, and Orton's knee gives out.
Oh, just collapsing at a critical moment. And CM Punk surviving there by the skin of his teeth.
Randy Orton's hurt. Punk now trying to figure out if he can drag himself up and somehow take advantage here.
CM Punk with a golden opportunity to capitalize here at WrestleMania with a wounded Viper. Orton wanted the RKO and Punk out of the way just in time.
Punk slithering out of there. How smart of that was CM Punk. And now perhaps gets a chance to finish off the Viper.
Launching himself off the top. KO by Orton! Out of nowhere to Punk! Can he capitalize?
This is Orton's for the take.
Here's the cover. Does he have it?
Hand on the ropes, forcing the count to stop.
And now Punk on the defensive. Can he stop this from being cinched in?
Bust makes it to the ropes, and the hold must be broken. Big plans in mind for the Viper.
Incoming!
Oh, got the knees up just in time.
Orton able to count. What a punch!
Back and forth we go.
Flip the count.
Each superstar trying to stay a step ahead.
Neither competitor is backing down.
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs. Big punch finds its mark. The finish line is in sight for Orton. Can he push past the pain and take out CM Punk?
Is it enough to overcome Punk?
And the cover. And the ref can't even start the count.
He didn't even let the count hit. CM Punk looking to end things here.
Gone to sleep. It's all Punk's for the taking.
And he gets discarded out of the ring.
Incoming.
You gotta be kidding me.
That was absolute lunacy.
Landing with such force.
Able to parry that one.
Ooh, spinning kick to the gut.
And his body seems to be the focus of the attack.
Beautiful Falcon arrow.
He's able to counter that. Boom, face first.
I see a cut on Punk after that exchange.
Heading back into the ring now.
Uh-oh.
Got caught in the jaw with the knee.
And he's taking this to the outside now.
Here we go again. He made his point. Concentrate on the match instead of everything outside of it. Spinning kick to the gut. We knew this was going to be more of a wrestling match. Punk and Orton simply refusing to call a ceasefire.
But now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it into the Anaconda Vice.
And not sure what he's thinking, letting go here.
CM Punk looking to finally finish what he believes opponent lifted up, draw, meet me, go to sleep. Randy is in dire straits.
There's two. He kicked out at two.
Orton can't be happy that he was almost down for the count, and we all know what happens when the Viper's not happy.
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen,
GTS.
and at this point, that has to do it.
There's two. My goodness, Punk did it. CM Punk just put down the Viper.
The winner of this match, CM Punk!
And this man, CM Punk, was stalwart the whole time. Stalwart in his belief that his fate would triumph over Randy Orton's venom. Stalwart in his drive to seek what he considered righteous vengeance against Orton.
Punk did everything he promised and more. This may not be the ending the WWE Universe had hoped for, but this is pro wrestling, not a fairy tale. The good guys don't always win here. Not that Orton would call himself a good guy.
Well, Punk definitely wouldn't call Orton that. Instead, he'd call him a loser.